We celebrate the opportunity to learn more and to share the tools that we need together to live the life that we want to achieve, to create the memories that we want to create, and to leave the legacy that we want to leave. I love reading your comments. I love seeing you engage with one another on all of the episodes that we have. I love watching the dialogue, the ahas, the BOLs, the yana, the feedback. I love that. Keep the comments coming. In this episode, we're talking about how you can balance being disciplined and practicing self-care. Oh my God. This particular lesson, I'm not just bringing to you because I know it. I'm bringing it to you because I struggled with it for so long. See, in my world, being disciplined and creating, motivating the masses, it meant grinding every day. Raise your hand, type in chat if you say Yana, you are not alone if you are a grinder. Like I was on the treadmill every morning, not physically, but figuratively. I was on the working, creating, developing motivating the masses treadmill every single day. 16, 17-hour days, 7 days a week. I take a little break on Sunday, but I put in at least 5 to 6 hours on Sunday. I put everything aside for the sake of building the dream, building the machine, building the brand, building the message, building. And while that's necessary, it's so important for you to have the discipline of consistency, the discipline of putting the units of time in, whether you're doing research and development, whether you're doing practice and operation, whether you're doing debriefing and assessment, whether you're doing implementation, whatever it is you're doing in building your dream, it's important to have the discipline to be consistent in that practice. That's important. Consistency is going to bring about results. It's going to give you great results or it's going to give you great lessons. And either one you need. However, the area that I lacked in was the area of practicing self-care. Raise your hand if self-care is the muscle that's still and atrophy. You know how if you've seen Popeye, this might date you. If you're old enough to know about Popeye, then we're in the same zone. You know, Popeye would put a muscle up and the muscle would be nice and round, and olive oil would put the muscle up and the muscle would hang from the bottom and just kind of wiggle. Well, my discipline muscle to build the business, to build the dream was a Popeye muscle. It was solid, not going anywhere. Hold on, was that solid? Okay, yeah. It was solid, it wasn't going anywhere. But my olive oil muscle was the muscle of practicing self-care. So if I'm going to teach you and inspire you to do anything, I'm gonna say, don't do it like I did it. Do it like I learned how to do it. Self-care is as important to your dream as getting on the treadmill of making sales calls, getting on the treadmill of being consistent on social media, getting on the treadmill of knowing your numbers and your projections, getting on the treadmills of mastering your craft. That the act of self-care is just as important. Because realize that what you're doing is not a sprint. You're not building something that's short term. You're building something that's a marathon. You're building a long haul. You want the work you do now to turn around and serve people in the next 20 years, whether you're still at it or not. So self-care is not optional, nor is self-care selfish. Self-care is your responsibility to your future. As you're disciplined enough to learn new techniques, implement new techniques, make sure that you're also disciplined in self-care. Now, let me be clear. Self-care does not mean balance. Balance is a myth and harmony is a must. What do I mean by that? You'll never rest for the same amount of time that you work. If you're a go-getter, if you're like me, if you're a gladiator, a change agent, a mover and shaker, then everything is not equal. But you can learn how to get what you need out of the time that you put into self-care. Self-care is the act of restoring your soul, restoring your cells, restoring your energy. Self-care is not necessarily a practice of something doing. Self-care is also the practice of being present to your family, being present to your friends, taking time out for casual conversations, allowing yourself to do things that just allow your brain to rest, giving your body a thank you, whether that is laying out in the sun. I love to lay under my tree right outside this door, and I love to just lay under the tree and just stretch slowly. I love to just turn my phone on some easy music and just stretch and thank my body for carrying me over the terrain, carrying me over the miles, carrying me through the years. Or whether it's just spending some quality time with a family member, on the phone, on Zoom, or face-to-face. I want to implore you, as you're disciplined enough to give your dream a chance, be disciplined enough to practice self-care as well. Because self-care allows your body to be the instrument to get you all the way to the dream and beyond. So I want to give you a few bullets. Number 1, focus on you first, then give to others. Fill your cup up first and serve others from your overflow. You have a long line of things to do and of people to serve. You're gonna always have a long line. Gladiators and change agents have a long line. Make sure you stay at the front of your line. 2, make a distinction between indulgence and self-care. I used to feel really guilty getting a massage. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't tell anyone I was going to get a massage. I would say I have a meeting. Somehow I felt like I was cheating if I got a massage. There's a distinction between indulgence and self-care. Indulgent is when you participate in something, shopping or massages or whatever it is that makes you feel good, but you do it to the degree that it harms the other areas of your life. It's out of balance, whether you spend too much, whether you spend too much time. So indulgence throws you into a sense of chaos. Indulgence throws you into a sense of needing to recoup or problem management. Whereas self-care is just that. It's self-care. It's looking after your mindset. There's mental self-care, there's spiritual self-care, and there's physical self-care, and there's emotional self-care. So understand the distinction between indulgence and self-care. And don't let indulgence be an excuse by saying you're in self-care. And don't skip self-care because you feel like you're indulging too much. And number 3, optimal energy level in caring for your body. Your body is your instrument. A turning point for me in my health, I'm not sure if you know it. If you've been with me for a while, then you'll know that for 19 years, I was over 220 pounds. All of my first books, Chicken Soup for the African American Soul, The Secret, when I was on Oprah and Steve Harvey, I was over 220 pounds. And it wasn't until I really got clear that my optimum energy level in caring for my body was really honoring my purpose. I didn't connect the 2 dots. That if I really wanted to live in my purpose, if I was committed on this purpose called transforming lives, healing humanity, creating bridges where walls once existed across cultural lines, if I was really committed to that calling on my life, then I had to also be committed to optimum energy and optimum care for my body, because my body, your body, is the vehicle to live out your life's purpose. When I realized that my body was the vehicle to live out my life's purpose, all of a sudden every single excuse to becoming healthy had to die away. So let me recap. First, focus on you and then give to others. 2, make a distinction between indulgence and self-care. And 3, make sure you maintain optimal energy levels and caring for your body. Make that mandatory. Remember, this show is not just a monologue. It's a dialogue. It's a conversation between you and I and some other amazing gladiators. This community is safe to discover, to rediscover, to learn, to not know at all, and to be brilliant in. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your breakthrough out loud. Lisa, I didn't realize that. Aha, oh my God, now I get it. What from this episode shakes you to your core? Lisa, I realize that I haven't been putting myself at the front of my own line. Matter of fact, I'm not even in line. Lisa, I realize that I do look at self-care as if it's indulgent. Lisa, I realize that if I'm gonna do this, I have to acknowledge that my body is the instrument that's gonna get me there. Whatever your aha is, I'd love for you to leave me a comment below. And be sure, if you haven't already done so, to subscribe. We're gonna have more delicious dialogue and courageous conversations here always. And look out for more great content in the future, because I'm bringing it to you for you. And a lot of it is coming through you to me, and I'm simply serving it back. in the way that you can digest it, ingest it, and more than anything, implement it. After all, this is your home, and we are your tribe. And I'm your sister in prosperity and in possibility. And when I say that I believe in you and I love you, it's because I do. I cannot wait to see you and serve you again real soon.